Okay, so in this last class, we are going to look at how to render the animation by adding lights and cameras and creating a composition. Before moving to that, there was an issue about the head moving like crazy every single time. We don't want that. So what I had done here was I had position constrained the head to the torso, and that's why the head would not rotate when the torso rotates. For example, here if I rotate the torso, the head does not rotate, but in this case when I showed you how to do it, I linked the head to the torso, and then that's why the head will always follow the torso, which is kind of annoying when the dog keeps moving his head. So what we are going to do is select the head and unlink it, and now we are going to go to animation, constraints. By the way, before we do that, when I unlinked it, you can see that the head stays in place. So now we'll go to animation, constraint, position constraint, and select the torso. And then we will keep the initial offset. And now the head stays in the place and does not rotate when the hips rotate. So the torso rotates. So now we can then go back to our animation, auto key on, and make the dog look towards the camera. Okay, and then it can start happening at maybe 30. Okay, so you walk and then look at the camera, and 90. We can go to local, and maybe the character looks up like that. That one is too much, so this should be enough. The character is walking. Okay, so now what we will do is select everything else and move it out of the way. Just select this one, move this dude out. I don't need these anymore, so I'll delete it. Okay, so animation stops. Now we will create a plane. Okay, we will add some segments this way. Then we'll have to position the plane so that the character is slightly touching. Alright, now what we will do is convert this plane into editable poly, select the vertex, and then we will select the last line of vertices, and we're going to turn soft selection on. Okay, so use soft selection. You can see that the vertices become red, and we need to increase the fall off. Okay, so now when we move these vertices, the others are going to move with it. Okay, so if you keep increasing the fall off, I think this much is enough. Okay, so you can turn it off and then go to vertex and shape these so you get a nice curve. Okay, so we need to move this. We didn't really get this dog out of the way yet. Shoe there. Alright, this one we will add a white background. Okay, we may need more space because the character is going to walk in the front. Okay, then we are going to place the camera at an angle, so we will rotate it like this. Now I'll go to cameras, physical camera, and then we will place the camera at the angle of the plane. Okay, so here you go, cameras, look through the camera, and then camera, show save frame. Okay, so now you are looking through the camera. Then the character is going to walk, so we can animate the target of the camera so it follows the dog. Okay, so there is the target somewhere. We can select the entire camera and move around so we can find the target. Modify, the target is off, that's why we don't see it. There is the target. Alright, the side, move it up. We want to get an angled view of the dog. Where does that target go? Okay, there it is. This is not up enough. Okay, so the dog walks, then auto key on, then we need to move the target. Better to move the camera and the target. Okay, so if you play it here, and then this can start moving a little late, so we get 40. So you play it, the character walks. I don't like the way the camera is moving. I think it is good to just move the target. Okay, so let us see this. I don't like the character looking up either. it can continue to look on the right towards the camera and look down perhaps. Yeah. Then let us look at the camera. Where is the position of the camera? Maybe we can move the camera up slightly. And the dog should always keep looking towards the camera a little bit. I think the dog looks cute when their nose is visible. Okay, so this takes some time to... What happened to the dog? This key needs to come on top of this key. Alright. Okay, so we have a very subtle movement of the camera, so everything is in the frame. Alright, so we will render this animation. What you need to do is add lights. So go to light, Arnold writing, just click and convert that light into sky dome. Then Arnold light, create another light and make that quad, and that is 90 by 90, and then it has to be targeted. Once it is targeted, you can select the target and move over the dog. This has to be on top. Alright, so this is for the shadows and this is for the diffuse light. So settings are very simple. I'm going to have 0.1 here and 0.5 for the exposure, and this is going to be intensity of 9 and 12. We'll start with that. Samples is 33 for this. And samples is 3 for this. We will test render this. Render settings, make sure Arnold is selected, 720 by 405, render. Okay, and that is what you get. I think that is good enough. It has nice light, everything is visible, there is some reflection. If you want, you can animate the rotation of the feet. Okay, now that I'm happy with this lighting, I'll close it. So just follow those settings and then never worry about settings for your renderings. If you want, you can auto key on, and this may take again a lot of time to work on, but you can always add some rotation to the leg. Okay, so basically all you need to do is when it is up at 10 degrees, is that 10 here also? It is good to be consistent. I think this is local, so doesn't show what happens. $15. This one. $15. By the way, I'm looking here for the angle. Okay, and if you want some more, I will leave that to you, so instead of wasting time. Alright, so once I'm done rendering this, I will get back and show you how the rendering went. Thank you.